Well, can you hear me? Okay. Just so you know, climate disaster is impending, and for a lot of you, it may be abstract, but let me help you see what the future is. How many of you have seen the movie The Purge? It's going to be like that, but that's going to be in real life. So in 2005, when we had Hurricane Katrina in New Orleans, a wealthy suburb of white people gathered together. They barricaded their neighborhood so no one could evacuate, and then they brought out all these weapons arsenals to patrol the neighborhood. One of them walked up to their black neighbor, Mr. Bell, who was just sitting on his front porch, and they put a gun in front of his head and said, "We do not serve your kind here." Later, Mr. Bell testified that there was no electricity, no police, no nothing. We were just sitting ducks. On top of this vigilante militia ended up shooting another black neighbor who was babysitting his teenage nephews in the back as a way of stopping looters. And instead of mobilizing the first response to assist the citizens of New Orleans, the Democratic Governor Kathleen Blanco, Democratic governor by the way, ordered the police and troops to shoot to kill. Her exact words were, "These troops know how to shoot and kill, and they're more than willing to do so." In the Superdome, people who couldn't evacuate, the elderly, the poor, and the disabled huddled there. The federal government did not send food, water, or medicine, and many died of dehydration and pneumonia. Now, instead of the city of New Orleans, imagine the entire country of Bangladesh underwater with 100 million people. You think Bangladesh is safe from US violence? Think again. In 2003, the 9/11 Commission reported, 9/11 has taught us that terrorism against Americans over there should be regarded just as we regard terrorism against Americans over here. In this same sense, the American homeland is the planet. US-style border guards have been deployed in Colombia, Kenya, Thailand, Turkey, Estonia, just to name a few countries. Michael Flynn in 2003 said, US border control efforts have undergone a dramatic metamorphosis in recent years, as the United States has attempted to implement practices aimed at stopping migrants long before they reach the US shores. We have seen weapons expos featuring all these defense contractors where they advertise drones that automatically kill people who get too close to the border. At this point, we're not talking about the soul of the Democratic Party. We're talking about whether or not we have a soul. So now we have a right-wing regime set up. We're going to accelerate climate change, and we'll be literally setting up billions of people for mass slaughter. The great socialist Rosa Luxemburg once said, "There's a time when civilization is at a crossroads. It's either socialism or we revert to barbarism, and it's our choice."